Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, TheKeyisME, and I am back again with another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step how I make my U-part wigs on a sewing machine. So we are starting off with some hair from my hair collection. If you didn't know, now you know. Your girl has a hair collection. I'll have everything down in the description box. But the bundles that we are going to be using is going to be my 4A kinky curly bundles. This is exactly what you're going to get in a pack. You're going to get a thank you for your purchase card, as well as when you flip it over, it's going to tell you that if you tag us in your selfies on Instagram, we will give you 15% off. Then I'm going to give you some lashes inside of your package as well. And this is going to be the hair. To me, I feel like my hair matches the 4A texture a lot more than the 4B and the 4C. So that's the reason why I'm going to be using this for my U-part wig. And then this is the hair after you already brush the curls out and they're not in that uniform curl. Now, if you do order a wig from me and not just the bundles, you will receive your wig in this box. I love my boxes. I'm so in love with my boxes. And I'm actually going to have a video with all of the details and how I got my box design. But the wig is going to come with an elastic band as well as a wig tag sewed inside of it. And as you can see, the elastic band is adjustable, so you can make it a little looser or tighter depending on your head size. For my wig caps, I use the Q-Fit make your own wig caps that you can get at your local beauty supply store. I use the regular ones as well as the extra large. So for my 23 and up circumference, you're going to use the extra large. So in this video, I will be using the extra large wig cap because of the simple fact that my head size is 23 inches. And then we're going to move along with the canvas block as well. And I'm just going to show you how to measure your head circumference to make sure that when you're getting these custom wigs or you're ordering wigs in general, that you know exactly the size of your head so that your measurements can fit. So because I make custom wigs, I already know that for a 23 inch, you need to use an extra large. The regular wig cap is going to be too tight, so an extra large is going to give you that extra space that you need. But as you can see, there is a lot more space inside of this wig and it doesn't really fit the head. So I'm going to go in and resize the cap. And as you can see, I'm just going to pull that extra cap all the way to the front section of the wig cap, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew that down. I'm just going to let you watch it so that you can kind of get a gist of exactly what I'm doing. It doesn't really have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that it's neatly pushed to the front and sewn down so that when you go in on your sewing machine, everything is intact. And this is what you're going to get after you do that step. And now you have a resized cap to specifically fit your head size. So now I'm going to go in with one of my marker Sharpies and I'm going to make my guidelines. Now what I like to start off with is 4 inches of parting space. So I'm gonna go across and do in 1/2 inch in between the 1 and the 3. And then for going back for the parting space, I'm going to do 4 inches. So the 1/2 inch on each side of the between the 1 and the 3 is going to be how thick the space is for my actual leave out, and then going back from the forehead area to the back, which is going to be the 4 inches, is going to be of course how far back my actual parting space goes. Then you want to go ahead and draw out your guidelines. Now, I'm not using my measuring tape, but pretty much I'm eyeballing it, and it is an inch between each line, maybe like an inch, pretty much like an inch. So if I was you and this is your first time, you definitely want to measure it and do an inch of spacing. Now for me, I definitely think that you cannot sew tracks on a sewing machine without doing the guidelines. And just remember too, they are guidelines. They're going to help you as you sew the tracks down. So you want to get them as good as you can get them. But as you can see, mine aren't as neat, but the wig is still going to come out flawlessly anyway. So just don't concentrate on trying to make them really neat. The sewing machine that I'm going to be using is the Singer Tradition. I got this from, I believe I got this from Joann Fabrics, but I think they sell them pretty much everywhere, including Amazon. So I'll try to find a link down in the description box. But I'm gonna go in, before I start making my wigs, I want to make sure that I have me an extra bobbin, and I go ahead and prep the bobbin just in case I run out of thread in my bobbin that I currently have inside of the sewing machine, so I don't have to keep stopping and re-threading the tracks. All of that will be pretty much taken care of. And then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that wig tag and I'm going to sew that in the nape area of the cap. So it's gonna go right in the back, and it just pretty much just adds a staple onto my wig caps, just so they'll know that they got it from the TheKeyisME hair collection. Of course, if you do not have a hair collection, you're gonna skip this step. So I'm just going to show you how I put the wig tags on, and you do want to make sure that you switch it from the, you just want to make sure you switch it to the straight stitch, because I did have it on the zigzag. And as you can see, it looks like it was already made inside of the wig cap. I love adding my branding to my, to my products. Like, I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and unravel the hair. Now, usually if I'm working with 3 bundles, I would sew the tracks together to double the wefts. But since I'm only working with 2 bundles, I am not going to worry about doubling the wefts. We're just going to go ahead and get started on the sewing machine. As you can see, I'm just going to line the hair up onto my actual guideline, and I'm just going to start sewing. And I do have the zigzag stitch. I believe both my tension and my length is on 4. And as you can see, you just want to make sure you go reverse the stitch so that you can make sure that the hair is definitely secure. You can make sure that the hair is secure. So I think I double back like 3 or 4 times before I start sewing the actual track down. And then I'm gonna go in and cut the end off, and I'm going to reverse stitch 3 or 4 times again, and then there you go. You have your track, your first track, attached to your wig cap. Now, for those people that do not like cutting their wefts, I haven't met anyone that make wigs on a sewing machine that flips the tracks over. So if you find someone, or if you find a technique, definitely help us out and show us. But for the most part, in order to get your wig to lay as flat as possible, you're gonna have to cut each track as you get towards the end. So this is going to be what it looks like. You're gonna see as I keep going throughout the video, I'm gonna go over and over again and show you exactly what I'm doing. But doing it on the sewing machine is so much quicker and it's so much neater, and it guarantees that your wig is gonna last you at least 2 years because of the stitching. So I definitely think you should try it this way. I was hand stitching for about a year or 2 before I switched over to the sewing machine, and I absolutely love the sewing machine better. So I'm just gonna let the video keep playing, and I'm just gonna show you over and over again exactly what I'm doing, and then I'll meet you towards the end of the video to show you exactly how I do the U part section.
Don't take it personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life. Hey. Taking just don't be and live my life. Don't take it personal. We just building. It's my season. Lay foundation. Make a name for generations, please, and make a, then take a break or a little vacation and chasing blues away. Hey, hey. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning, or look like you always be working, soaking the moments you live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking
So right here, we are moving towards the last track. Again, you're going to be following the same steps that I showed you before, just lining up the single track onto the wig cap in the guideline that you have. And you're just going to start sewing, and then you're going to reverse stitch 3 or 4 times to make sure that it's secure. And then you're going to continue to sew the track down. Now, when it comes to the top section of your hair, because this is the last track, you just want to make sure that you take your time. That's why I'm not speeding up this video at all, because I want y'all to see it in real time exactly what it looks like, because it can get a little tricky. It's a little narrow, and you want to make sure that you're sewing it correctly according to the guidelines, especially when you make that turn right here. So yeah, we're just going to sew this last track down and then continue with the rest of the video. So this is going to be the finished wig after we got done sewing and before we cut the actual U-part section. Look how neat this sewing machine method is. Like, I love making wigs on the sewing machine. It is the best. So you're just gonna take some scissors and you're gonna cut that whole U section out of the wig cap. So no, you're not cutting it down that middle line. You're cutting it around the U of the actual the actual tracks. I'm sorry. That middle line was just a guideline for you to know where your middle section was, and that was it. So yeah, as you can see, this is going to be the finished look. I did go in and add some combs as well as the elastic band inside of the wig. So I have a comb in the back, and then I have 3 of the clip-ins at the top, because to me, I feel like the clip-ins work a little better and they're a little more sturdier for your hair. So I'm gonna have another video showing you how I install this hair and get it to blend in with my natural hair. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Check out my hair collection down below. I'm gonna have the information in the description box. If you would like for me to make you a wig, that information is gonna be down in the description box below as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video.